All right, so for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Knipex 9518-165 cable shears. Now, these ones are the VDE handle, and they are the black oxide finish. I believe previously here on the channel, I took a look at pretty much a similar pair of these pliers, except that they were chrome plated and not the black oxide finish. Now, the chrome plating and the black oxide, there's not really too much different. Obviously, for chrome plating, you're going to want that if you're working in like by a lot of water, a real corrosive environment. Pretty much what the chrome plating is going to do is going to slow down the rusting of the tool, whereas black oxide, it's going to rust a lot easier. Now, when it comes to chrome plating on pliers, they typically sharpen the cutting knives before they chrome plate the tool, only because they want to keep that cutting edge protected. So some people have commented and noted that you don't tend to have as sharp or as clean of a cut or as easy of a cut compared to just a standard black oxide pair of pliers. So here these guys are. I decided to pick them up and make a video on them at the same time. I'm just trying to kind of, if you've been around the channel, you know I like these VDE handles or insulated handles from Knipex, and I'm just trying to complete my collection at this point of all the insulated pliers that Knipex has to offer. So here, taking a look at the handles, you're going to have your model number, and you're also going to have the made in Germany. Pretty much almost every tool, with the exception of a few from Knipex, is going to be made in Germany, and they are proud of that, so they're going to put that pretty much everywhere on the tool. And then you also have a year that the tool was produced. That just kind of gives you an idea of how old the tool is, and if the insulation on it is still going to be good. And then you have all of your safety ratings here that the tool went through to prove that it will be able to withstand up to 1,000 volts. I believe they test them up to 10,000 volts to see if they fail, but they are all rated, or all the VDE handles are rated for 1,000 volts. And then coming to the sides of the handle, you got this nice yellow and red scheme, which is pretty common for insulated pliers, unless you're Klein, then it's black and orange, and a little bit of white in there too. But all the European brands pretty much use red and yellow as the color to identify insulated tools. So you got the Klein name there in the handle, and then you also got the 1,000 rating on the top, and those are pretty much where those nubs there are pretty much where you want to stop with your hands. You don't really want to go further. You don't want to go over those nubs, because pretty much after that, you pretty much taking away the whole point of having an insulated tool if you put your hands over those, because you risk getting some sort of shock. And then on the inside of the handles, again, you're going to have made in Germany and some more specifications to prove that the tool is up to the 1,000 volt rating. And then you're also going to have some warning on each side of the handle. Pretty much eye protection and switch power off if you're working on something that is live or around something that is live, and it's, like I said, the same on both handles. Now, coming up to the business end of the tool, you're going to have the Knipex name laser etched onto the surface, and then you can, if you wanted to, take I'd say a quarter or larger slotted screwdriver, and if the tool was too tight or too loose, you can do that. You can just put the slotted screwdriver there and tighten or loosen to the tool to the opening that you want. Now, this one relatively is fairly loose out of the packaging, and that's kind of how I like it. It kind of gives you like that broken feel where you're not really struggling to open and close the tool, but it's also comfortable and easy to use. Now, here on the back side, you have this will not cut steel, so you're pretty much cutting copper and aluminum wire with these guys. And they are I believe the 165 is about a 6 or like a 6.5 inch in length overall. So you're not going to be cutting like super thick conductors with these. If you're going to be cutting like super thick conductors, like well, you could probably cut 8 and 6 with these. I would say that's probably the limit. You're going to probably put a lot of strain on your hand. But if you're cutting like 1 gauge or something thicker than that, or multiple conductors where it's a really thick wire, these probably aren't going to be what you're going to want to use for that. So that's pretty much it for the detail on these. We'll go ahead and zoom out here and get to some of the functionality here. And we'll go ahead and cut up some wire. So we're just going to start off with the easy wire, some 12 stranded wire, and these should cut through it without any issue. And as you see, cuts through that wire fairly easily. And then if you wanted to, the cutting knives are sharp enough to where you could use it as a small pair of strippers. If you needed to strip a wire, you could easily do that with these. It's fairly easy to do. You just gotta pull off the insulation with them, and you're good to go. So that was with some 12 gauge stranded wire. Now we'll go ahead and bring in some 10 gauge stranded wire, and again, should be fairly easy to cut through these, and they're super sharp. You don't really have to use that much force to cut through them. Pretty much once they start cutting, it's just a smooth cut through, and that's the one thing about these shears versus like a pinch cut is you're always going to have a nice clean cut on the wire. It's not going to be like a jagged edge on there where you can sometimes nick yourself if it's a jagged enough edge. So we'll go ahead and see if we can't strip this wire with these, and we indeed are. And you don't like it, you can cut it right off. So we'll set that off to the side, and we'll bring in a multi-conductor wire. This is just some NYM cable. This has got 5 solid conductors here on the inside that I've been messing around with. And we'll go ahead and cut all of those off. This is probably, like I said, like one of the maxes you're going to want to cut with this plier. Otherwise, if you're cutting a bunch of this pretty much all day, your hands are going to be tired. You're going to want something with a little bit more leverage. But if you need to, these can cut through multi-conductor cables without an issue. So overall, these are a nice pair of pliers, whether you're wanting to get them in the crown plating or the black oxide, or maybe you don't want them with the VDE handles, and maybe you just want them comfort grip or dipped handles. Knipex has all different kinds of variations of these cable cutters out there to suit pretty much everyone. So if you are looking to find out some more information about these, there will be a link in the description below where you can learn some more information about these and possibly see what other kinds of offerings Knipex has regarding cable cutters. You can just check that link out down in the description below. Take you right on over to the Knipex website where you'll find out, like I said, some more information about these. Then you can peruse over there and see what else they have in regarding to cable cutters. And then if you are looking to purchase a set of these, I will also have some links down in the description below from some of the retailers that I frequent when it comes to buying my tools, especially my Knipex tools. So you can go ahead and order them there online and have them shipped to your front door. But with that being said, that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching.